Woohoo, it's Thursday! Happy Thursday, happy Awesome Sauce Thursday, everybody. I am so excited for the show today. Feeling good, have most of my planting done, not all, but most. Just feeling good, happy to be here with you all. I'm just noticing that for those of you that may watch on my Facebook page, Mr. and Mrs. Tomato Head, the connection was lost, so I know there's a few of you that for whatever reason when you watch on YouTube you can't comment. So I'm sorry about that. It's not giving me the option to reconnect. Ooh, one of my babies just came down. Come here, Roo. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with Facebook. Anyway, welcome. My name is Lauren, otherwise known as Mrs. Tomato Head. And for those of you that are new, welcome. Oh, and here comes Hopper. Come here, guy. Let me show you off. Come here. Come here, buddy. Oh my goodness. This is Roo. He's getting so big. My buddy Roo. He's obsessed with me and I'm obsessed with him. Doesn't he look like a cow? Look at the spots. He's so sweet. Did you guys have a good nap? I'll show Hopper in a minute. Usually he tries to climb me. I have scratches all over my leg because he takes flying leaps. He wants to climb up my leg to get to me. Doesn't realize that when I have shorts on or something like that, it doesn't work. It works great when I'm in my overalls. Anyhow, I come to you every Thursday to talk tomatoes for a couple hours. How does one talk about tomatoes for a few hours? I don't know, but I've done it for a couple of years now, and I invite you guys live. Oh, here comes Hopper. Here's Hopper. Oh, you look so drowsy. Did you have a good snooze? Aren't they getting so big, you guys? I think they've doubled in size in the month since we've had them. Oh, my little boys. They've been causing a lot of trouble here today, but you know, kitten trouble, fun trouble. Thanks for visiting, you guys. And thank you guys for visiting. So last week I just realized it has been 2 weeks since I've seen you guys live because last week I was all set to go and then I lost internet for the entire afternoon. So I ended up recording a video on how I plant in raised beds. And then over the weekend, I did another video on planting in grow bags and how I recycle used soil. So if you haven't seen those, you can check them out on my YouTube channel, Mr. and Mrs. Tomato Head. For those of you watching on Instagram, I know you can see me, but I can't see you or your comments, which isn't a big deal if you just want to watch. That's no big deal if you'd like to be part of the conversation or win some prizes. We've got some great prizes today. Come on over to my YouTube channel, Mr. and Mrs. Tomato Head. I run a community with Jen Joy and Kina Tonarood. It's called Tomato Lovers Collective and Swap. We're a real collective for tomato enthusiasts. Zero drama at all. We just have fun. We learn. We share photos. We share our epic fails and our victorious wins. Whether you're a beginner or a seasoned grower for decades, come on over. We have a great time together, and you can trust me that there is zero drama. Speaking of Jen Joy and Kina Tonarood, some of you in TLC may have seen the announcement already. Tomorrow, Jen and I have our June episode of Tomato Talk Live. This is a show we do on the first Friday normally of each month. And tomorrow, our special guest is Kina. And the three of us are going to just talk about what we're doing in our gardens this year. Perhaps we're doing new things, less varieties, more varieties, which varieties we're excited about. It's always such fun when the three of us get together live. I mean, we're chatting all day, every day anyway, behind the scenes, but you guys don't get to see that. So we're super excited to have Kina joining us. It will be at a special time because Kina lives in Norway. So unless she wants to be up until like 4 o'clock in the morning, which she doesn't, we're going to do it at this time that you're watching me now. So it'll be 4 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, 9 p.m. in the UK, 10 p.m. Kina time, which I think is Central European Standard Time. They're sitting next to me and taking baths. They're so sweet. I love them so much. So yeah, make sure you set your alarm for that. I haven't put a link in the group yet. I put an announcement, but I haven't scheduled it on YouTube yet. So I will put that in the group tomorrow. And if you're not in the group, of course, come watch. We have run Tomato Lovers Collective for almost 3 years now, coming up on 3 years. And it has been an amazing journey, unlike anything I know I could have ever expected. All right, let's not climb up my leg. Let's not climb up my leg, little boy. Oh, is there anybody cuter? Oh, such a good boy. Um, what was I saying? Oh, just about running the group. It's been such a joy for all of us. We really have, we're like a magnet for the like really good tomato people, very kind, very generous, so willing to help one another. And it's more, seriously, it's more about what they can give versus what they can get. Are you going to sleep on my lap? That's okay. It's a really special place. So please come on and check us out on Facebook. I want to get to some of your comments. What else did I have to say before we get to comments? Oh, this just came up today. So if you've been in TLC for a while, you know that on every Saturday we do Seed Seeking Saturday, where you can put up to 5 varieties each week that you are searching for, which is really great. And hopefully you get at least one of those from one of our generous members. We used to do something called Seed Sharing Sunday, and that's you offer up to 5 varieties that you're willing to give, and then people can accept your offer or not. In order to accept an offer, you have to have your own offer up. So it's truly like a sharing post. You get, but you also give. And the problem we had with that is just people weren't reading the instructions, and that they didn't realize that you had to post your own offer first before you accepted another. And it got a little much to handle. So I don't know. I don't know if it's been a year, but it's been quite a while since we're like, let's pull the plug on this post. But starting this Sunday, we are bringing it back. So Seed Sharing Sunday is coming back. So we'll have Seed Seeking Saturday, Seed Sharing Sunday. And we just ask that everybody read the post and make sure you post your own offer before, oh, somebody's getting rambunctious now, before you accept offers. And it's just another great way that we share in the group. What else? We've got some great prizes today. It is the first Thursday of the month, which means we are sponsored by our friends at Inspired Garden Life, Tim and Darylyn. They can't be here with us live today, but they make all the shirts that I wear, including this one. It's tank top time. Yay! This one here, let me show you without their slide here. It's our group logo, Tomato Lovers Collective. There's a whole collection on there of shirts designed by members of TLC, which is super cool. And they're going to be starting another contest with more shirts designed by TLC. Of course, you don't have to be a member of TLC to enjoy these shirts. They have so many tomato shirts, gardening shirts, birding, foraging, anything like nature. You would find it hard to not want to buy a million shirts. You can find them at inspiredgardenlife.com. Here they are. They are the nicest people. They started this business probably about 2 years ago, I think. And this is something that they'd like to do in retirement. Plus, they're just extraordinary people. Many of you have gotten to meet them because you've taken part in like their tank top testing or designs or whatever. You've gotten to know them too, maybe watched their videos. Did you guys catch the last video? Kina posted it in Gardening Lovers Collective and Swap. Tim and Darylyn went plant shopping, and Darylyn said she was going to stick to buying only what was on her list. And of course, when you go plant shopping, it's impossible to get everything that's on your list. And it's the cutest video ever. Kina posted it in GLC, and I know a couple of you shared it also. I was texting with Tim earlier today, and he said there's a new one in the works. They're going plant shopping again. So check them out. And to get 20% off, it's a forever coupon code they offer us, which is amazing. TLC20 is the coupon code, inspiredgardenlife.com. But anyway, because they sponsor the show the first Thursday of every month, they're giving away 5 free t-shirts and 3 $25 gift cards, which is extraordinarily generous. So make sure in order to win our prizes today, you just type in hashtag. I'm wearing jeans with holes in them, and they, you know, you may know jeans with holes in them. They have like strings that hang down. This guy's like attacking the strings. You are trouble. Look at that buddy. Sorry. I love my kitty cats. For those of you that know me, you know we lost our Rory the Wonder Cat a little over a month ago, and she's been sick for about 4 or 5 months or so. So these guys have really, they'll never take the place of her, but they sure are bringing us a lot of joy. Right, Hopper? I love you. Today's actually National Hug Your Cat Day, believe it or not. And every day in my other group, Attitude of Gratitude with Chronic Pain, I post a list of what the national days are, and many of them are just silly. But today is actually National Hug Your Cat Day, and I put like it's an intention setting post. I put it up every morning. People can set their daily intentions, and I always have a graphic to go along with it. And I had for the last many years a photo of me hugging Rory. And I'm like, I should have a new one of me hugging the two little brothers here. Boy, was that a challenge. I've got a million pictures of them, but when I decided I wanted this picture, they were like in a crazy mood, so it's a very funny picture. Anyway, hug your cat if you have cats today. Besides Inspired Garden Life, and let me show you the slides that I was going to show you. Where are they? Is this it? Yeah, here they are. These are just examples of some of their shirts. Composting, birding. I mean, there's something for everybody. And these are these little stuffed animal versions of them, which is super cute. So again, 5 free t-shirts, 3 $25 gift cards. Thank you, Tim and Darylyn. Besides that, we have Olivia Lai. Once again, every week she offers, you know what? She gave me a list of the varieties and I forgot to write them down. I'm sorry, Olivia. It's different from what it normally was. I'll see if I can go back and find it. But anyway, Olivia Lai is giving away some seed prizes. Misty Carter is giving away 2 prizes with some great seeds. Ken Fry is giving away something special, which I'll tell you about in a minute. It's relating to a tomato I'm talking about today that he's almost synonymous with. He's very much responsible for bringing this tomato out into the public and getting us all to know about it. So he has graciously agreed to give that away. And then Will Hodges. Will Hodges came to Carlisle. He handed me a big packs of tons of seeds. And he was asking me about them the other day, and I'm like, yeah, I haven't even unpacked from Carlisle. It's been like a month. It's all sitting in bags over there. But I found them today, and he's giving away, we'll give away to three people today, but that'll be ongoing because there's so many seeds he gave me. So type in hashtag tomato in the comments. You only need to do it once. All right, let's see who we've got here today. Sherman's first. Hey, Sherman. This was 5 hours ago. Hello, Lauren and Tomato Heads. Looking forward to today's awesome sauce. Happy day. And Susan Kirby's here. Hey, Susan. Hi there. Loving Mr. Ranch Boar Goats. You see this? Kitten time. Excuse me. I had to put my tomatoes back up. He knocked over the awesome sauce. Don't knock over my awesome sauce, dude. Love it. Hey, Claudia. Thanks for being here. And speaking of Will, here's Will. Will, I found the seeds. Lots of them. Thank you again for that donation. Hi, Satya. Thanks for joining in. We've got 78 live viewers right now. That's awesome sauce. I do eventually talk about tomatoes, I promise. If you haven't watched the show before, make sure you grab a notebook and a pen because chances are there may be a tomato or two that you want to seek yourself, and it's a perfect thing to put in our Seed Seeking Saturday post. So often on Saturdays, I see some of the varieties. Oh, I really should have brushed my hair. Didn't have a chance to. Oh, well. And I've got things hanging here. Okay. It's a great way to ask for seeds that I talk about on my show. Double trouble. Hi, Tara Dove. Happy day. Yay. It feels like longer than 2 weeks to me, doesn't it? I'm so excited. Hey, Jamie, for Awesome Sauce Thursday and hanging out with all my amazing friends. Hope you're all having a wonderful day. And Jessica. Hey, Jessica. Happy Thursday to you. Thanks for joining in. And we've got Julia here. Hey, Julia. And Mariah's here. Hello. Hey, Mike. Did you guys all catch? I did another garden tour yesterday. It was about an hour long. It was hot, but I think I covered. Mike just made me think of it because I showcased. I talked about Hazel Creek, which he gave me last year and gave many of us. Growing that again, and I showed 2 of those plants, and then Ruby Ore, which he gave me this year, which is supposed to be even better than Hazel Creek. That one's a bicolor. So, Mike, thank you always for donating these special varieties. Hi, Denise. Thanks for being here. You know, Renee, I think of it that way too. It's almost the weekend, Tomato Heads. Thursday's like, I love Thursday so much because of the show. I love researching for the show. I love being with you guys at the end of the day when the day's over and actually doing the show. And to me, this is the unofficial start of the weekend. Do you guys feel that way too? I do. It's almost like Friday extended, you know. I like that too. Hey, son. Happy Thursday. Finally have some time to pop on since it's hot. It's hot out to be outside in the garden. It is hot today. It's going to be hot tomorrow too. I love it. Oh, not to say I really didn't get out today. Thursdays are out of commission for me because of the show, but in a good way, in the best way possible. Hi, Catherine. Thanks for joining in. Happy Friday Eve from Iowa. Hi, Mike Sindesum. Thanks for joining us. Hi, everyone. Bavaria calling. Hello there. Thanks for joining in again. Hi, Nicole. And Leslie's here. Got Dancing Vita. Hi, Dancing Vita. TGIT, yeah. I like that, TGIT. Hi, Amy. Thanks for joining in. Your photos of the Gurin variety this morning made me like, oh, why did I not grow this? I even sent seeds for it to Angwei because he was when I did a whole show devoted to all the the Gurin varieties that are for sale at Badskin's Garden, and that one in particular looked really, really excellent. That, and I was going to do that one and the Mexican green, and then I had to give them the boot. But thank you for your photos and your reviews, and then you did Mordovian Malachite yesterday and the day before, which is one I grew last year. That's such a pretty one too. So for many of us that are growing same stuff as you, for many of us, it's like, ooh, that's what I have to look forward to, you know? So thank you all. Everybody in the group is welcome to, hopefully you all know this, but everybody is welcome to share your photos, ask questions if you have a plant that doesn't look so great or whatever, and show your tomatoes. Even, you know, we have nothing against hybrids in TLC. Hopefully everybody knows that. I'm growing a few myself this year. Sun Gold is a hybrid. A lot of people love Sun Gold. I'm growing Umamin and Umamini and Reika, a couple Japanese hybrids. So even if it's Better Boy, we want to see your tomatoes. That's what TLC is all about. We are not snobs at all. So please feel free to share your pictures, because anything that we grow, or even anything you get at a farmer's market or something like that, we just love tomatoes. That's why we gather, and that's why we come here on Thursdays. Hi, June. Happy Awesome Sauce Thursday. Well, hello, Mr. Rue. Are you joining in? What are you doing? What do you think you're doing, huh? Say hi to everybody. Say hi. Oh, my sweet little angel. Yes, I kiss my cats on the lips. Don't judge. Hi, Sasha. Thanks for being here. And Roxanne's here. And we've got Christy and Nuno. Hey, Nuno, I'm going to be mentioning you a few times today. Thanks to your generosity and guidance. Oh, my goodness. You can sit on my lap. Hi, Brianna. Happy Thursday to you. We've got... I don't want to let you walk around. You'll disconnect me. I'm terrible about disconnecting myself. Labby Angel 4497. Hi there. Thanks for joining in. And here's my partner in crime. Hi, everyone's so excited to take a break from the heat. Garden is planted. Yes. Now maintenance time. Love you all. And I love my beautiful friend, Lauren. I love you right back, my friend. Can't wait for tomorrow with you and Kina. Hi, Aldous. Happy Tomato Thursday to you. Hey, Nicole. Nice to see you. Thanks for joining in. Deb's here. Hey, Deb. Hey, Lauren and fellow tomato peeps. Happy Thursday. And we've got Francis here. The gang's all here. Hot and humid here in my neck of the tomato world. Yeah, son, how hot is it today? Actually, I could just look right here. It says it's 86 degrees Fahrenheit here right now. I'm not sure what that is Celsius. Don't knock down my awesome sauce. Hey, Kelly, excited for today's Awesome Sauce show. I've got some, as usual, some great varieties with some great stories to share with you all today that I'm excited about. A lot of them, I mean, I had them, don't knock down my awesome sauce and don't knock down my tomatoes, dude. There they go. Can you tell how happy I am? Aw. You know, the great thing, Rob and I were talking about it last night. The great thing about these guys and kittens, puppies, really animals in general, but especially when they're young like this, everything that they see is the most freaking exciting thing they've ever seen in their life. Like, we moved their scratching post, one of them, and they're like, oh my gosh, it's different. It's the best thing I've ever seen. You roll up a paper ball or a ball of aluminum foil for them, and oh my gosh, this is the best. It's really such a great example of, you know, finding gratitude in our lives, I think. You know, looking at life. I've written a few books. One of them is called the 52-Week Intention Journal, and one of the tips I give is trying to look at life, going outside in nature and trying to look at everything through the eyes of a toddler who's never seen it before. It's a really great exercise, and, you know, life's not perfect. I live with chronic pain. We all have some kind of pain. We all have something. But finding ways to find gratitude and put ourselves in a state of flow where we can forget about our troubles for a while, that's what I hope this show does for you, actually. And that's what gardening in general does for me. That's why I have zero tolerance for drama. Like, this is tomatoes. It's supposed to be fun. Let's let I have no tolerance for any of that. That's why Jen Keenan and I and the rest of the TLC gang, it's a great fit. Hey, Christy. It has been a while. Nice to see you. Thanks for joining in. And here's our third musketeer. Hey, Kina. Can't wait for our show tomorrow. Cannot wait. Oh, thank you. I love you right back. You're always gorgeous. Hey, Lisa. The Rosie plant is looking great. Her mom gave us Jen and I, these special plants in Carlisle called Rosie with a great story. Did I share about it on the show? I know your mom told the story at Carlisle. I think I shared about it in the group, but maybe not on the show. Maybe I'll do that next week. Really special. This is why I have to bump things, because things like that fall into my lap, and I'm like, I can't not grow this, or Dieter's Legacy, or Amarillo de la Drunion, or these things just keep popping in. You know, I probably, like most of you, I spend the year adding to my grow list for the following year. And just when I think I have it all set, all of a sudden these things come to me. Nuno's sending me amazing things. Um, it's just the way it works. And so things that you thought you've had on the grow list for maybe 9 months, they have to get the heave ho. Um, hello, all graduation watching. Who's graduating? Congratulations. Hey, Linda. Thanks for being here. And Randall Simmons is here. Hey, Randall. And Akelia, my friend Akelia. It's tomato time. Thanks for being our Thursday sunshine. That's a nice thing to say. Thank you. You look extra nice today, like the hairdo. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Like and subscribe. Thank you very much. Oh, wow. These are nice. Lauren, you're glowing today. You do look like you're feeling good today. Must have gotten a good dose of vitamin D while you all are planning. Yes, definitely vitamin D, dirt therapy. I mentioned the term dirt therapy in my garden tour yesterday, and Tim and Darylyn from Inspired Garden Life said that gave them an idea for a shirt, dirt therapy. I didn't think that was anything like original, dirt therapy. It's something I've always, well, the last couple of years I've said, but really being outside, planting my tomatoes. I was telling Keena and Jen, I get bummed when I'm done planting. I mean, there's all kinds of maintenance that then goes along. I still have some grow bags to do. And then I figure, I can fit another grow bag here and there. But yeah, I have gotten some vitamin D and I am feeling good today, which helps. So thank you guys. That's a nice thing to say. Hey, Kim. Happy Thursday. How you feeling, Kim? Due date's approaching soon. Thursday dose of cuteness. Yes, Melissa. Cutie patootie roo. I know, they're so adorable. My mom said, don't get two because they'll only be devoted to each other and not you. And that couldn't be further from the truth. They clearly are lap cats and they love each other, but they do love Rob and I too. It's really nice. Hi, blah, blah. Thanks for being here. Happy Thursday. Lauren, I've been admiring your necklace and all your videos recently. It's beautiful. Thank you. Let me tell you about this necklace. It's a ruby, which is my birthstone, July. And this was my Sweet 16 gift from my parents. And I love it. So this was back in, 1985? I turned 16. And I love it too. It's just simple. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. All right, let's see. Did we miss anybody? Lots of hashtag tomatoes. If you're just joining in, we've got some great prizes, t-shirts and gift cards from Inspired Garden Life, some seed prizes from Ken Fry of Forgotten Heirlooms, Will Hodges, Misty Carter, and Olivia Lai. So make sure you type in hashtag tomato. We'll do that at the end of the show. Hey, Laura. Good to see you. And Hector's here. Hi, Hector. Spicy Sancho. And Jennifer Barnes is here. Hello, hello. So excited for your show tomorrow. Me too. If you're just joining in and missed the announcement, we have our June Tomato Talk Live tomorrow, Jen and I. And our special guest is the one and only Keena, our third musketeer, third admin of Tomato Lovers Collective and Swap. And we're going to be talking about our 2026 gardens and how things are going so far, what we're excited to grow, what we may be doing differently. So we always have a great time when we're together, so make sure you catch that. All right, let's get to a couple more comments. I'm still like 20 minutes behind. Erin, my scatterbrain forgot about the garden tour, so I enjoyed watching the recorded one earlier. So glad to be with my fellow tomato heads today. Yeah, yesterday the garden tour, so I have to record them earlier in the day because I used to do them live, and unfortunately I'm out in the boondocks and my cell service is terrible, the Wi-Fi is terrible, and so I kept getting bounced off. So I have to record them and I upload them and then I set them as a live premiere, and that way it will like go live on YouTube at the same time, so I can be in the chat and we can all watch the premiere together in the chat. But then it's up there, for people to watch anytime. But I was having such technical difficulties yesterday. I could not get it together to get it up for my regular 4 o'clock Eastern Standard Time premiere, so we had to do it an hour later. But people tuned in, so that's good. Hey, Misty. Oh, Kim, you're here. Good. I was worried about you. I don't know if you were here at the beginning, but my Facebook page is disconnected from this episode for some reason, and I'm pretty sure you were one of the ones I could only watch on Facebook, but it looks like you're good on YouTube, so that's good. Hi, Pretty. Happy Thursday. I want to make sure I'm not forgetting anybody. Dee's Garden Adventures is here with us. Hey, Lauren. Hey, everyone. Happy Thursday. Thank you guys for tuning in. Oh, thank you, Kina. Yes, Inspired Garden Life does now ship international, so that's good to know. The video was adorable. Which video? Not sure, but I'm glad it was adorable if it had anything to do with me. Oh, the Tim and Darylyn one. Sorry, I'm 20 minutes behind. It was totally adorable. She is so cute. Hey, Jeff. Nice that you could join us. Howdy, Mater Gang. I'm talking about one variety that Jeff sells. He's the owner of Secret Seed Cartel. Oh, Erin, what beats both tomato and kitten therapy? I'm in heaven. Good. And yes, Susan, thank you. Thank you very much. Everybody who is donating prizes, it means a lot. Truly. Hi, Gina. Hello, tomato friends. I had a cat who would steal your straw. They are nuts. They are nuts. They're so funny. They're going in the dishwasher. They're going in like any place they can find. Thanks, Nicole. I'm glad you enjoyed the garden tour. I had fun with it. And Heidi's here. Hey, Heidi. And Ricardo Geronimo, 5750. Hi, Tomato Heads. Hi there. Not sure I recognize your name, but welcome. Thanks for tuning in. And Jerry's here. Happy Thursday. Hey, Leslie, going back outside mowing grass. Sounds, if you're anywhere in the heat zone, that sounds like a hot job today. Well, this is true. I think we are snobs because grocery store tomatoes aren't good enough. And that way we are total snobs. No question. I don't even put them, I wouldn't even call them tomatoes. They're things that resemble a tomato and then you cut inside and it is anemic and tasteless. I would rather have canned tomatoes any day than a fresh tomato from the grocery store. Am I missing anybody? All right, I want to get going and start talking about some tomatoes because I've got some stories today that may run a bit. Let's see, Andrea's here. Been rough the last couple of weeks being sick and few family members with serious health issues. Yet being here with my tomato family brings me such joy. Well, keep you and your family in my prayers, Andrea. Sorry to hear that, but I'm glad you're here with us. Green Apples is here. Hello. And Bridge 123. Thanks for joining in, you guys. Hi, Mandy. Just joined, not well last couple of days, so I hope I can last throughout the show. Well, you can always catch the recording, but I'm sorry you haven't been feeling well, Mandy. Feel better. Jess is here. Hey, Jess. And Nesh is here. Hello. Happy Thursday to you. Dirt therapy is real. It's a real thing. It has something to do with the soil microbes, I think. Oh, thank you about the necklace. That's nice. So Jamie knows, she's a soil scientist. Microbes in the soil increase happy hormones in the brain. It's a natural antidepressant. There you go. Thanks, Jamie. Heidi, I do everything possible to avoid touching dirt. I guess that's Dennis's job. Tomatoes aren't terrible. All right, let's talk about tomatoes, shall we? We got everything. Make sure you type in #tomato and let's get going. Nope, wrong slideshow. Here's slideshow. And this is the correct slide. All right, this is a very unique tomato. I've seen some people looking for it in our Most Wanted or Seed Seeking Saturday post. This is one from Belgium. It's a more recent variety, apparently, by Jose Antoine, called 3068FQ. The slide that was first. Apparently, I'm not sure how stable it is because I think it was Verdelume. Where'd it go? No. A place in Russia, tomataniy.pomodoro.ru got a red version, so this is what theirs looked like. But in general, they look like this. They're beautiful, aren't they? I mean, that is a work of art. 3068FQ from Tomato Faifu says it is a recent variety developed by Jose Antoine. It produces medium-sized beefsteak type fruits, generally weighing 120 to 150 grams. By the way, if you've never watched the show before, please, if you've grown any of these, and even if you didn't like it, let us know if you liked it, if you didn't like it, how productive it was. That's part of the joy of having this live, is that we can all learn from each other and be part of the conversation. I got seeds from a friend in Europe. Thank you for sending me these. Medium-sized beefsteak type fruits, generally weighing 120 to 150 grams, slightly flattened and sometimes ribbed. The skin is red to orange with indigo shoulders, while the flesh, when sliced, reveals a yellow-orange color with pink marbling. That interior is something else. Looks kind of like Lucid Gem by Brad Gates, which I grew years ago. That was a pretty tomato, too. Flavor is described as aromatic, ideal for salads. It's an indeterminate, reaches about 2 meters, regularly foliage, mid-season. Anything new from this one? The tomato shop in Denmark says, we have grown 3068FQ outdoors in raised beds where we chose to have similar main stems, which turned out to be a good decision. The plant is large and vigorous. Grown outdoors directly in the ground yields best here with us in the second half of the season. In terms of taste, the tomatoes have a delicious aromatic taste with both acid and sweetness. They received a score of 4 out of 5. Super beautiful tomatoes, very similar to Alice's Dream, an afternoon delight with the dark antho shoulders. Tasty and sweet. Anybody grown this one? Ooh, I see. That's going to go on the 2027 grow list. It's not that easy to find at the moment. I know Carrie Arty carries it. She's out of stock. It seems like the places that I've looked that I know carry it are out of stock, but that's just now. You know, after this season, I know people have been looking for it, so I would imagine that some vendors will be growing it. Here we go. I grew 3068FQ last season. It didn't like my weather. It was a weak plant and only gave me 2 small fruits at the end of the season and then gave up totally. It was sad, but I'll try again. I've had that happen with tomatoes before. In fact, there's a tomato I'm talking about in a little bit that I grew. And I almost feel bad giving my review because it's not a great one. Because I think it was just like, you know, sometimes things just don't work out. It wasn't in a great spot. But the fact that you'd be willing to try again, it seems like others in these reviews are having a good experience. Isn't that gorgeous? I know. And you know me, if you know me, the anthocyanin, the black stuff at the top, scares me a bit. But sometimes on tomatoes you can taste it, other times you don't. So I still grow them. I'm growing one from Tatiana Nagel this year, an experimental one called Baron Munchausen. And that has similar coloring to this. It's very antho at the top. So I'm still willing to try. Francis, is there a danger of eating too many tomatoes in a day because I've seriously been eating a lot? I don't think so. I do not think so. I think you're going to be good to go. My only danger is that I have to pee all day long. Rob and I do our tastings at night before dinner, but like 6 p.m. or so. And I swear we taste like 5 tomatoes or something, 4 or 5 every night. And I'm just up all night long going to the bathroom. Lots of water. Speaking of grow lists, this is my first year gardening. When does everyone start their following year grow lists? I've already started mine. I've got now 3 things on it. Heidi Dolan and I yesterday decided on when we're going to grow together next year. I already had one from Millard Murdoch on. But yes, I've started, but I'm not serious about compiling it yet. It's just something I research or something I find out about comes into my brain. I'm like, I know I have to grow that next year. So I stick it on my spreadsheet. But that's a good question for everybody else in the chat. When do you start your grow lists? Have you started yet for the following year? I'll be curious to see what you think. Jess says, I started a very tentative 2027 grow list largely as a way to convince myself it was okay to not start still more tomatoes this year that I really do not have room for even in grow bags. True story. It's true story. I started seeds today. I don't know. It's a variety that's supposed to be early to mid-season, so it's probably fine. But you're right, that is such a good tactic. Just put it on next year's grow list. Kina's doing it too. I know we talked about something the other day, and she's like, I'll just grow it next year. That's restraint. That's super restraint. And Julia says, for eating too many tomatoes, happiness is the side effect. Yes, it is. Sasha says, I start my grow list after Christmas, January at the latest. Yeah, that's a reasonable time. That's around the time I think where I really pick up adding things. For now, it's just like a placeholder for things that I learn about. All right, let's move on. So there's that, and then I guess a red version. Next one. How cute are these? Santorini. These are from Greece. There's actually a Wikipedia page for this tomato. They are part of the Slow Food Arc of Taste, which I think at least 3 of the varieties I'm talking about today are, if you're not aware. And I'm sorry for those of you that watch every week. I know I'm repetitive with some of this stuff explaining, but I don't want to assume that people watch me every week. And I don't want to talk as if like I'm in code. I want people to understand some of these things. The Slow Food Arc of Taste is an organization that takes into account regional varieties that may be in danger of extinction, and they compile their stories, and they devote a lot of their resources to making sure the stories stay alive and the varieties stay alive. So I consider anything on that list pretty special. In fact, it's like, it makes me want to grow it even more. So Santorini is one of those. Here's what Slow Food Arc of Taste says. They say it's a cherry tomato locally called Tomataki santorinis. It's a native plant of the Santorini island in Greece. Pink and red in color, has flattened shape with intense pitting, round shape with light pitting. But there's a round fruit with a smooth surface. All right, now we're literally talking Greek here. The fruits have small shapes and their weight is about 15 to 30 grams. They have thick flesh and they are very tasty. The small fruited tomato of Santorini arrived on the island between the years 1875 and 1880. There are 2 myths about its origin. It is believed that progressive Catholic monks brought it from Italy, or Greek sailors brought the first seeds of a different tomato in 1975 from distant Suez, which withstood conditions of almost absolute drought and produced a much smaller fruit with excellent taste. And then it goes into talking about what quantifies a true Santorini tomato, and it's got to be grown in all these regions, similar to the San Marzano. If you look into San Marzano tomatoes, yes, there is a variety called San Marzano, but those in Italy who carry the DOP designation, which means they're true San Marzanos, must be grown in the volcanic soil of Mount Vesuvius in Naples, Italy, or there around, or thereabouts rather. there was something super interesting about this. Maybe that was in the Wikipedia page. Okay, Santorino is a volcanic island, and its characteristic soil and weather define the character of Santorini tomatoes. The island receives less than 370 millimeters of rainfall annually, so the crops must rely on dew and the high 71% humidity throughout the year. The soil contains no nitrogen naturally, which would compensate for, which are not normally, and fertilizers, which would compensate for this, are not usually used. On the other hand, the soil contains sodium, which is hygroscopic and can absorb moisture from the air and traps it. The water stress and limey alkaline soil largely account for the selective breeding that developed this tomato. It's so similar to San Marzano. If anybody read The 10 Tomatoes That Changed the World by William Alexander, Jen and I had the author on our show a couple years ago talking about the people that grow the San Marzano tomatoes. It's very similar. So this is meant for dry farming, basically. And you know what it reminds me of, and many of you are probably growing this and may have even gotten seeds from me, Kuatli Salubong by Angwe Ias. It's an older slide when I was still calling him Phil Seneca. But these tiny little ribbed beauties are similar. Both are used for, they're very tomatoey and tart. Now, I haven't grown Santorini, but it sounds similar. They use it a lot for pastes. This is, Kuatli Salubong is meant to withstand dry climates also. So they're similar. Santorini looks like it might be a little bit smaller. But aren't they super cute? Has anybody grown these? Kelly says Santorini was on my 2026 grow list, but had to be bumped. Definitely growing next year. Nick Cole says the Santorini are adorbs. I know, they're so, so cute. Oh, Susan, I didn't even see this before I wrote that. They do look like Kuatli Salubong, for sure. Melissa says, I feel better because I keep wanting to start and I was afraid I was getting ahead of myself. Nah. Jess is probably right. You're better off. It'll give you hope for the future without saying, oh, can I start it now? Will it produce now? It's all good. It's all good. And like I said, I'll compile it, and then by next March it'll all be shot to hell because somebody will be giving me these great varieties. Where to get seeds for Santorini. I think I got a link here. Tomato Fest carries them. And I will put the link in the comments. There you go. I think they ship International Tomato Fest, but I'm not quite sure. All right. Hey, Teresa. That's all right. This is our second tomato. You can watch the replay later. Make sure you type in #tomato. All right. What do we have next? We have Schanzenfeld Mennonite. This is sold by Revival Seeds in Canada, which does not ship to the U.S., just FYI. But I know some people in TLC have grown it. It's a beautiful tomato. I actually have a friend in Canada who just placed an order for me from Revival Seeds. I guess I already had seeds for this one. I didn't realize when I ordered it, but from a trade, so I'd like to have a new pack, but I wanted a bunch of other things also. But let me tell you about this beautiful tomato. Revival Seeds in Canada says it's a beautiful dark tomato, comes from Langford, Manitoba, similar in color and taste to the black Krim, but more juicy like Paul Robeson. Also, this is the earliest dark skin variety we have grown at 70 days. This tomato is sourced from a Mennonite lady of Manitoba who claims the seeds are of Dutch origin, but were initially brought to Canada from her German ancestors over 100 years ago. Dave Lumgare of Darlingford acquired the seeds and has shared them with many folks in the Pembina Valley region of Manitoba. Emil and Elsie Burka collected seeds in 2019 and gifted to us thereafter. indeterminate plants that are heavy producers of medium-large fruits, 70 days to maturity. As far as I know, they're the only people that sell it at the moment, Revival Seeds in Canada. They've got what a beautiful shop. They have some really interesting things. I'm going to be talking about another one of theirs in a minute. I'm growing Tiffin Mennonite. Nice. I've always wanted to grow that one, but haven't. Anybody grown this one? Sorry, I'm not following a conversation that's going on, so I won't jump in. Did anyone fall victim to the new green stalk tomato color released today? I need peeps to tell me I don't need another. Don't ask Heidi. Heidi's probably ordered it already. I know, I didn't even know there was a sale. I love green stalks. I can't have another one. I have 3 and I love them. Although they're not full for this year yet. I haven't even gotten to that. I need to do the tomatoes first. But I just don't think I can use another one. I don't know where I'd put it. But I know, like, for Heidi, they're a godsend. And she gets so much space out of it. And I know Dennis is building her platforms too. But no, I don't think any. I have a pink. I fell victim to the pink when that came out, and I'm a pink girl. But I don't think there's any color that can be like, oh, we need another one. But I do love them. They are great. Oh, Heidi says I have not. I'm shocked. I'm shocked. I thought you had all the colors. Samantha. Hi, Samantha. I just set up my first green stalk this weekend. I wish we could get the same amazing sales here in Canada. I didn't even know you could get green stalks in Canada. I'm glad you can. I'm sure you can't in Europe. Yeah, but I'm glad you can. They do have good sales here. I have to say, you can get really good deals. All right, next one. Feast of the Color Depths. Another antho one. What's come to me, Lauren? I don't know. Hey, we have 100 live viewers right now. Make sure you type in #tomato if you're just joining us. Giving away some t-shirts and gift cards from Inspired Garden Life and some seeds at the end of the episode. #tomato. If you're not familiar with Inspired Garden Life, this shirt comes from them. They have tank tops, they've got long sleeves, they've got V-necks, they've got regular shirts, all kinds of different tomato shirts, but also gardening and nature and all of that. And you can get forever 20% off with TLC20, the code TLC20. And I like to promote good, kind people. Okay, Feast of the Color Depths. Julia Peacock, have you grown this one? This seems like a U tomato too. Kina says we don't have green stalks in Norway. They really are great. They sell like knockoffs, like cheapo things here in the United States. They probably do in Europe too. And let me tell you, I started with one of those. They're not the same. They're just not the same. Can you guys get can in Canada and Europe? I don't think Europe can. You can't get Bootstrap Farmer, right? I think Canada might be able to. The guy actually who designed those pot extenders that I've been using this year that you've probably seen in my videos if you've watched them, he's from Canada. So I know I helped him out by giving him measurements, but I assume you should be able to get them in Canada. But I'm assuming not in Europe, and that's a shame. Those are the best pots ever. All right, let's talk about Feast of the Color Depths. Took a while of trying to find out who bred this one and where it came from, but eventually I found a site from tomatpomodoro.ru. Says it's a Valentina Chuliakina variety. I'm growing, I think, 2 of hers this year. Maybe just one, Color Boom, which Julia from Tomat and Welt so graciously gave me. That one's extraordinary looking. She's got some beautiful things. I feel like I grew one of hers last year too, and now I can't remember which one it was. But anyway, this is a beauty, is it not? Indeterminate early ripening. That's interesting. I wouldn't have guessed that. Height up to 180 centimeters. Productive. The fruits are flat, round, brick orange in color with pink flashes and flecks throughout and dense anthocyanin at the stem. When cut, they're charming with a cascade of orange, pink, and yellow. The flesh is very aromatic, sweet, and subtly tart. The longer the tomatoes hang on the vine, the sweeter they become. P.S. The variety is stable. It shares the same lineage as Valentina's Secret Rubies. And the Tomaten Welt says, fascinating variety, medium-sized fruit. Tomat NIY Pomodoro says, aromatic, sweet. Sometimes these vendors, they share the same verbiage. Not Tomaten Welt, but two of these others are exactly the same. This one, I don't know if I have the link to get this, but you can get it at Tomaten Welt. Oh, yes, I did. Tomaten Welt, Germany, they do ship international now. Well, at least to the United States, I know they do. And if you're interested, here is the link. Sure is a pretty one. Maritime, love the look of that one. Amy's growing Feast of the Colored Depths. Oh, neat. I can't wait to see. And Pretty's growing Feast this year. Very good. And Jamie, yeah, I agree. I can't wait to hear what you think of it. Once again, the amount of antho scares me, but that interior, like the other one, makes me swoon. Okay, next one. Burka's Blue. This is another one from Revival Seeds, although Jeff Rainmaker at Secret Seed Cartel sells it also. But it was developed by Revival Seeds. Let me tell you a little bit about it. Burka's Blue, it's a selection from a black crim plant that we noted growing in 2019. The foliage has a unique white variegated leaf pattern. Fruits are slightly smaller than the black crim and tend to have more of a blue hue on the shoulder. A very flavorful tomato produced readily on indeterminate vines. We are excited to add Burka's Blue to our catalog for the first time in 2021. Add this one to your tomato collection. It will definitely stand out and garner your fellow gardening friends' attention. It's an indeterminate 75 to 80 days. Jeff at Secret Seed Cartel says, a striking and flavorful discovery from black crim. Indeterminate vines are vigorous and eye-catching. Unique white variegated foliage that sets this variety apart even before it fruits. The fruits are slightly smaller than black crim with deep crimson flesh and a distinctive blue-purple blush across the shoulders, a natural pigment response that adds a dramatic metallic sheen. Expect a rich, full-bodied flavor that carries the smoky sweet essence of its parentage with excellent balance and juiciness. With both ornamental and culinary appeal, Burka's Blue is the perfect conversation piece for heirloom enthusiasts and flavor chasers alike. Why have I never grown this? I love black crim. I love black crim. If anybody's grown it, let me know. Let me give you the link to, you can get it at Secret Seed Cartel. And I'll put that link up, and I'll put the link up to Revival Seeds also for those of you in Canada, and I'm sure they ship everywhere but the U.S. or a lot of other places. All right, so that was from Secret Seed Cartel. And here's Revival Seeds. Sounds like a pretty plant. Okay. I love the interior on the two with dark shoulders. But if they have antho flavor, I'm out. Oh, you're talking about the other ones. Yeah, I'm with you. I hate the antho flavor. Love the look of those too. Oh, wow, that looks and sounds wonderful. You grew Burka's Blue 3 years ago too? Jem, what did you think? I thought it sounded kind of familiar. Must have been from you. Not big production. Okay. I love black crim. Well, that's going on the 2027 grow list. Rowena did tell me she grew it. We had Burka's Blue and Team Variegated in 2024. Rowena grew it for the team. How interesting that Black Crim presented like that. Really cool. Here's Rowena. Hey, Rowena, how you feeling? Rowena took a tumble, bad tumble. I grew 2 years ago, liked the flavor, but not huge production. Okay, so you kind of agree with Jen. JT Huang says, I have 3 Burka Blue growing in my polytunnel. Hope it does well for you. Hey, Sandy. Welcome. And hey, Tiffany. Glad you guys are here. Make sure you type in hashtag tomato. We've got seed prizes from Misty Carter, Ken Fry, Olivia Lai, and we've got t-shirts from Inspire Garden Life and gift cards. Thanks to all of our donors every week. It's very generous. Okay, this is one that I don't know much about. I couldn't find much about, but I love the look of it. It's called Red Belly. Tomato Faifu in Belgium says origin is unknown. Fruits of 250 to 400 grams of beefsteak type, flattened discreetly, ribbed in the upper part. Orange-yellow epidermis, veiling itself in red when ripe, starting with its apical half, hence its name, Red Belly. Dense, meaty beef flesh with small seed-free chambers. Excellent mild and sweet flavor. Plant with medium development, regular foliage, indeterminate growth. Good harvests from mid-season. Has anybody grown Red Belly? I love its name. I know, isn't it cute? Got seeds from somebody. Maybe I ordered them from Tomato Faifu. I don't think so, though. I think I got it from a trade a long time ago. That is pretty, isn't it? Oh, Deb's growing it. Yay, I'm growing Red Belly this season. It was a dramatic seedling, was it? One of those drama queens. I got 6 tomato plants in the ground today, but had to quit as the arm got really sore. Oh, you poor thing. I'm glad you got 6 in, though. That must have felt good. Pretty sure I got Red Belly from Bad Skin's garden, never grown it. You know what? Let me check. Let me check my spreadsheet. Where did I get this thing? Not that it matters. Red Belly. Red Belly. Oh, Grafsamina, actually. Interesting. Hey, Eric. And Teddy, if you're watching, hey, Teddy. Hope you're having a good summer so far, buddy. Teddy's his son, his mini tomato head. We're friends. Hey, tomato people. Saturday and late was out in the garden. Tomato people Saturday? I don't know. But anyway, welcome, Eric. Glad you're here. And hi, Teddy. How you doing? Good. How's the Prince Charming's plant doing? I hope it's doing well for you. Don't want to say the whole name, even though he knows the whole name. Prince Charming something. All right, let's move on. La mia luce, which translates to my ray of light. Hang on, let me get this up. Oh, wait. Well, yeah, we'll do this. Remind me after this, we were supposed to do trivia. After the last one, I moved on. Let's talk about this one, and then we'll do trivia. La mia luce, origin is unknown. It sounds like it would be Italian, wouldn't it? But there's, from the sources that I've been looking at, some are saying Italy, some are saying elsewhere in Europe, some are even saying Russia, so I just left it off. La mia luce translates to my ray of light. Mid-ripening variety, 1.9 meters high. Fruits are 250 to 400 grams. They're hearts that are burgundy green. Very beautiful fruits, heart-shaped, dark burgundy color with green stripes. Very sweet, tasty, and fragrant. Boasts consistent yields with a long fruiting period. Color is striking. Flesh is firm, juicy, not watery, contains few seeds. The flavor is sweet, rich, and harmonious with a distinct tomato aroma. Excellent for fresh consumption, salads, blah, blah, blah. Oh, they say it's from Italy. I can't confirm that, though. Okay. Has anybody grown La Mia Luce? Or My Ray of Light? Kelly's growing it. Nice. So many good-looking bicolors today. Love it. Thanks. Yeah, I don't think I have a single pink that I'm showing today. Can you believe that? I don't think I have a single green either. Go figure. Love the look of that one. I know it's beautiful, isn't it? I love things that look like that. Berkeley Pink Tie-Dye Suffer Well. Shake the Disease. Uptown Funk, which I'm growing again this year and excited about. Ooh, looks good, says Sandy. Yeah, I agree. Pretty and wow, lots of meat. Yep. And Linda, hi Linda, looks delicious. And that is beautiful. It says O1 Woof. I don't know if I shared this one already, but we'll share it again. Love the look of that one. Okay, let's move on to a trivia question. How about that? You guys ready? Get your thinking caps on. You're going to have to really think for this one. It should be... No, I shouldn't assume. Just make sure you read the full question, and I think you'll all get it, or most of you. Which of these statements is true? A, all open-pollinated tomatoes are heirlooms. B, all heirloom tomatoes are hybrids. C, all heirloom tomatoes are open-pollinated. Or D, open-pollinated and heirloom mean the same thing. In order to have it register and get your answer in, you need to type #answer and then the letter of the answer. I know it's annoying. #answer and then the letter. I'll read them again. It's only one statement of this that is true. All open-pollinated tomatoes are heirlooms is letter A. B is all heirloom tomatoes are hybrids. C, all heirloom tomatoes are open-pollinated. Or D, open-pollinated and heirloom mean the same thing. I'm seeing some people just put the letter in. You need to put #answer and then the letter. I mean, you can do whatever you want. You're not winning anything except bragging rights. But that's the way it registers for it to pull up the list, and the quickest ones get on some kind of a leaderboard. Looks like most everybody's getting it. But you could see how reading this fast, don't you guys agree? If reading it fast, you really need to like take a good look at it and realize. And this is something that... well, once we reveal the answer, I'll talk a little bit more, but it's often confusing with several vendors and the way they use some terms that are actually incorrect. All right. Looks like you guys really got it. Almost everybody. Let us reveal. How do we reveal the answer? We do... this. It's C. All heirloom tomatoes are open-pollinated. So a lot of vendors will use, well, let's see who was quickest. Melissa Sloan, and then Jess, then Andrea, Mariah, Linda, Labby Angel. I guess it only does, can I go lower than that? No, I guess that's it. Congratulations, you guys, for being the fastest. I think most everybody got the correct answer. A lot of vendors will call any open-pollinated tomato an heirloom, and that's not true at all. What is an heirloom? There's nothing like set in stone that's saying what an heirloom is. If you're going to go by somebody who knows what he's talking about, you can go by what Craig LeHoulier says. Brad Gates, I believe, says the same thing. Heirloom is 50 years old or older. And it's just tomato that's been around a long time, tomatoes with stories that have been around a long time. Heirloom tomatoes are not hybrids. I mean, many of them were crossed at some point, but once they become stable, they are considered open pollinated and no longer a hybrid. But it is a pet peeve of mine, and I don't know if you guys feel the same way. When even big vendors, there'll be a new tomato come out and they'll call it an heirloom. That bothers me. And it's just semantics, really. And my tomato head brain gets annoyed. Does it matter? I don't know. I think for people that maybe don't know tomatoes so much, regular earth people, you hear the word heirloom and you're like, ooh, it's heirloom. And, the word heirloom means old, doesn't it? So, but then again, would regular earth people understand what open pollinated means? Probably not. So it's a sexier term to say heirloom. What do you guys think about it? What do you guys think about that? Am I the only one that gets annoyed about it? Yeah, right, Therese. Exactly. It's the same as the term antique. Exactly. That's how I see it anyway. That's how I see it. Hey, Terry, I see you're here. Glad to have you joining in. There you are. Rowena says, I informed one greenhouse that dwarf tomato project releases are not hybrids as they've been stabilized. Seriously? They call them hybrids? Wow. Wait, around for 50 years or open pollinated for 50 years? No, open pollinated, well, both, I would say. Once an open pollinated variety is stable, they're no longer considered a hybrid, but they still have to be 50 years old or older to be considered an heirloom. Does that make sense? Mike says, I'm with you on that. Jamie says, drives me crazy. Or the new hybrids, heirloom marriage, I think causes confusion. I'm not sure I know what you're talking about there, Jamie. The new hybrids, heirloom marriage. Do they call them heirloom marriage? It was awful trying to learn that. I understand so much contradictory info out there. There really is. Okay, that was fun. You guys are super smart. Smart. Let's move on. La mia luce. Okay, now we've got one from China. Half Moon China. Surely somebody's grown this. It's beautiful. Kind of a white, pale yellow. Vertiloom says it's an heirloom variety originating in the province of Sichuan, China. Fruits from 200 to 300 grams. Beefsteak type, flattened at the poles with the shoulders slightly ribbed and rebounded. Pale yellow color covering on its apical part of a pink blush at full maturity. That's what gets me with these whites and the pale yellows. The pink blush. Beautiful. Vigorous, indeterminate plants with big development, regular foliage, good yields. Maturation occurs in waves. Zaitina Tomat says very tasty. Taste is sweet with a pleasant melon aroma. A variety that will appeal to both adults and children and should be suitable for dieters who cannot eat red or sour tomatoes. Anybody have this? Oh, I did not know that, Jamie. That's terrible. There's a line of hybrids called heirloom marriage. Is it terrible? I guess I'd have to read what they're doing with it. Like, is it an heirloom marriage because they're taking heirloom and they're crossing it with something else? Is that why it's heirloom marriage? Or are they just throwing the word heirloom in with some cross that they're making? Maylin, watching while tasting Earth Angel tomato. It's very good. Yum. Lucky you. Yeah, Melissa, I saw that series and it was a bit confusing trying to learn. It's exactly why these terms should be used. And honestly, like some people don't know any better, but some of these vendors totally know better, and they're just throwing that word heirloom in. Now, again, I don't know about this heirloom marriage thing. I'd have to look into it, but they know better. They know better. You've got a brand new release like an Elves of the Puzzlewood Forest. You're going to call that an heirloom? No. Julia says, I have seeds for Half Moon China. Hasn't made my grow list yet. I feel like the term heirloom should only be used for varieties 50 years old and older. Agree. 1000% agree. It's not that there's anything wrong with anything less than 50 years old. It just distinguishes, older things from some of the newer releases. Next year, something that was 49 years old is going to be considered an heirloom, But yeah, that it bugs me when people know better and they still use it. That's what bugs me. All right, next one. Hamson or DX52-12. This has an interesting story to it. I'm going to show you this next slide. This is Dr. Alvin Hamson, and he grew up in Lava Hot Springs, receiving degrees at Utah State and Cornell in New York. It was there that he caught the attention of some of the country's top tomato variety experts with his canning crop research. The information I'm giving you now is from an article that's written about him. The cover of the article I've got next to the picture of him. The article is called "The Hamson Tomato Should Be the State Veggie." I'm going to put you the link to the article in case you want to read it on your own, but I'll read you some of the highlights. Hang on. Okay, there's the article. He explains, my thesis study was on the firmness of tomatoes. We made crosses of small but very firm tomatoes with medium-sized tomatoes. We then determined that the firmness came from high pectin levels in the tomatoes. His research then attracted the top scientists from the Campbell Soup Company, who visited Utah to talk about Utah tomatoes. And they hired him. Campbell's had wanted to pack whole tomatoes in Utah, but tried without success. They did all kinds of work together. And then he explained that they were looking for a better tomato for Utah growers. This tomato had to fit our season, so it had to mature in about 70 days. We wanted good size, but it did not need to be the largest. We were looking for a firm tomato that had small cellular spaces and would hold its shape. I spent the summer selecting the best. I started with 150 different kinds and eliminated 100 of those the first year. I then selected from the remaining kinds and grew them the next year. Then he reduced the number to 20. After intensive selection, he reduced the number to 4. Invited the Campbell's people. Let me skip ahead here. And then this tomato passed, after extensive testing, this tomato passed muster. And Dr. Porter from the University of California, Davis noticed we have the best tomato for whole pack in the United States and possibly the whole world. This tomato was eventually given to the Utah Agriculture Experiment Station. It became quite popular with market and home gardeners. And Mountain Valley Seed Company in Salt Lake City promoted this seed through his nursery and seed company, and the seed packet that he's holding up there is from them. He decided, so it had been called DX5212, and then they renamed it to Hamson or Hamson DX5212. Wasatch Community Gardens on Facebook, somebody reviewed it and said the Hamson DX5212 may sound like an automotive part or a robot component, but it's actually a wonderfully reliable and tasty tomato variety that was bred by Dr. Hamson right here in Utah to keep on producing right through our hot summers. Doesn't have blossom drop, which is when temperatures get too high and the flowers drop, so no fruits. It's able to withstand high temps without the pollen becoming sterile. We think Hamson DX5212 is the perfect variety to rely on for a steady supply of juicy red tomatoes this summer. Has anybody... Lisa's growing Hamson this year. Nice. You'll have to let us know. I love the story affiliated with it. Good night, Kina. See you tomorrow, my friend. Love you. I know that it has been used a lot in landrace breeding. And Christy's growing it too. Very nice. True Leaf Market sells it. I don't think it's very difficult to find. In fact, the photos that I borrowed here, one of them's from True Leaf Market. Everybody says good night, Kina. Anybody else grown it? Do we have feedback on that? All right. If anybody, I think some people are on a little behind, so maybe they can put it in when you hear this. All right, this next one came to me and my radar through my friend Nuno Baptista from Portugal, who is giving me all kinds of glorious things this year, including the one I can't stop talking about, Amarillo de la Drunion, which I've been searching for years, and he found it for me. I'm so grateful. But he's also finding me a bunch of other Spanish ones that I've had on my wish list for a while. This one I had already, but I had incorrect information about it. I had information from Tomato Faifu, and I sent it to Nuno, and he's like, that's completely wrong. So here's the correct information. This is a tomato from Cordoba. The original seed came from Murcia. It says the Alcolea pink tomato is a truly ancient variety with a fascinating history stretching back 8 generations, exceeding 100 years. Its survival and the fact that it is known by this specific name today are due to a geographical journey and a very emotional family rescue. The origin of the variety and its history. Although today it is an emblem of Cordoba, the original seed came from the Murcia region. Many decades ago, the great-grandfather of a resident of Alcolea, named Teresa Ayala, traveled to Cordoba and brought these seeds back with him. The family began planting them along the banks of the Guadalquivir River. Year after year, meticulously and purely by hand, Grandmother Teresa took charge of saving, classifying, and protecting the best seeds from each harvest so that the variety would not be lost or adulterated by industrial crossbreeding. The Scientific and Agricultural Rescue, Jose David Diaz Mojadano, who was Teresa's grandson and an agricultural engineer, and his colleague, Antonio Manuel Conde, decided to use their academic knowledge to technically save the family's seed. They carried out meticulous trials to classify and sequence its genetic base, cleaning the variety of any potential degradation. The surname of the land. Because the success of its cultivation is linked to the specific conditions of Alcolea, its fertile soil, its microclimate, and the water of the Guadalquivir River, the variety officially adopted the name of the Cordoban neighborhood, where it took root permanently. Through youth initiatives like Inspira Rural, it was commercially launched as the pink tomato of Alcolea. The goal was to differentiate it in the market from industrial tomatoes, which are usually perfect on the outside but bland, and position it as a true pink diamond by local origin. By calling it that, we are not only describing a product, but also paying tribute to the efforts of an entire community of neighbors and small farmers who prevented the extinction of a heritage flavor. It's a whole lot different from what Tomato Faifu shared. Of course, I'm sure that's all they knew. So thank you, Nuno, for this information. Hey, Heidi's here. Hey, my friend. Been outside planting and listening. So happy to see you. And Ken's here. Good timing, Ken, because I haven't talked about the tomato yet. I think that may be the next, two more. Hey, everybody. Joseph Lofthouse used it quite a bit. Are you talking about the Hampson? I think I remember that in his landrace breeding. I think I remember that too. Thank you for the reminder. Wow, I need this one, says Jamie. Yeah, I didn't start it. he gave me two rosas that I'm growing, Rosado de Hierbe and Rosa de, ooh, I'm forgetting. But Nuno's the man. Thank you, Nuno. I just got yesterday more from him. He's so wonderful at finding things and sending things my way. And I know I'm not the only one. I know he shares so beautifully with the group. He's definitely a member of TLC, that's for sure. Very, very generous. Okay, next one. This one's bred by my friend Tatiana Nagel. She's the owner of Tomato Eden. This one is called Dennis's Heart, and it was named after her nephew who died, an unexpected death, too early died, her nephew Dennis. It's a cross of Sergeant Pepper's and Yellow Cookie. Pretty, right? Brix is a 6.8, she says. Fruit weights are 80 to 210 grams. Kuhner-Garten says it is a beautiful multicolored tomato, very few seeds. Everything is just right in this tomato. It's got good yield, it's good appearance, plant health, and taste. Delivers a real color spectacle during the growing season. Its fruits are orange-pink with purple shoulders, inside with orange, yellow, pink, red flesh. I realize the interior photo is a little fuzzy. That was the best photo I can find of the interior. Fruits are heart-shaped. They have a sweet, fruity taste and a medium soft skin. And of course, depending on the intensity of the sun, the side of the tomato facing the sun turns purple to black, and the side facing away from the sun turns orange-pink. What does Croatian Seed Store say? Anything else? Fleshy and sweet, very productive. Anybody grown this one? No, it's not Rosa de Barbastro that I'm growing. It's going to make me crazy. Let me look it up. It's not like I don't stare at my tomato plants all day, every day. It's Rosa de, starts with an A, I think. Albesa. Rosa de Albesa. Which he just sent me recently, and Rosado de Hierbe. Yeah, it's funny. Last year was my Spanish year. I headed up the Spanish grow out, and I had an entire bed devoted to Spanish varieties. Didn't think I was going to have another Spanish bed this year, but I have a full bed of Spanish varieties. I just love them. There's some special ones out there. I was wondering if you grew it, Heidi, since your husband's name is Dennis. Grew last year, but deer ate it. I was totally thinking of you with this one. Dennis's Heart. It sure is pretty. Again, it's got that antho, so I'm like, but I'm open-minded. I am growing her Baron Munchausen, like I mentioned, so we shall see. It looks similar to this, just larger. Mandy says, mine didn't germinate of Dennis's Heart. That's too bad. Nuno is so kind and generous. He really is. And a good person. I'm lucky to call him my friend. And not just because of the tomatoes. All right. Ken is giving away some of these seeds. He, like I mentioned earlier in the episode, he is synonymous with Inciardi paste tomato. And I was shocked when he talked about it. He talks about it quite a bit because it's very limited in who sells it. And Ken is, I think, is synonymous with Inciardi paste. And he talked about it on his personal page the other day, and he featured this post, which I'm sharing, of a warship the other day, and I'm like, yeah, Inciardi paste has a great story. And I looked at my list of what I've talked about on the show, and I've never talked about it. I haven't grown it, but still, I mean, most of what I share on the show I haven't grown, not yet anyway. So I think when I did an unboxing for Forgotten Heirlooms, I talked about it, but not on this show, Lauren's Tomato Awesome Sauce. So let me tell you about Inciardi paste. And this information comes from Forgotten Heirlooms. I believe they have them in stock. Ken's giving away 6 packs of 5 seeds each to winners today. So make sure you type in hashtag tomato. He says, we are honored to be the first supplier to offer these wonderful tomatoes commercially. This is another one, by the way, that's a slow food arc of taste variety. So always a plus with me. This tomato is remarkable for its wonderful full tomato flavor, for its full body when it is cooked down into a puree for sauce, for its size on the vine, and for the number of fruits per vine. It is understandable that John Inciardi said, "This is the only tomato our family has ever grown." The varietal name is Inciardi, which is not its ethnic name, but was assigned to by the seed saver Vicky Nowicki. Vicky Nowicki. What a name, huh? Vicky Nowicki. She was given the tomato decades ago by the son of Henry Inciardi, who had brought it to the United States from Sicily in 1900. Now that's an heirloom. Since 1900, it has only been grown in the Chicago, Illinois area. It is not bothered by the heat and droughts common there, and so should be considered a perfect regional tomato. Inciardi tomato was brought through Ellis Island. I understand, I think I read something, and maybe it's down lower, that it's also known as the Ellis Island tomato, I think. Let's read on. The family carried with them from Sicily their entire food supply in the form of seeds. Fearing that the seeds would be confiscated by the authorities at Ellis Island, they sewed them into the clothing of the family members. I mean, that's a tomato. How can you not want to grow that tomato? The Inciardi family went from New York directly to Chicago and began growing this tomato every year, eventually passing it down to their son, who also grew it every year. Henry Inciardi found a job with Western Electric. In 1915, Western Electric decided to treat their employees to an outing on the Eastland, a huge ship that would take them, all right, that wasn't a warship, it's a cruise ship. That would take them on a cruise on the Chicago River for a sumptuous picnic and a festive day. Thousands of employees in their excitement rushed to the ship and crammed themselves to one side to let everyone on, not realizing that their actions would upset the equilibrium of the huge ship. It capsized in the port, drowning hundreds of people, including Henry's wife. Henry, who was a powerful swimmer due to a seaside job he had had in Sicily in his youth. He survived the catastrophe, remarried, raised a son, and continued to grow this tomato for his family and his community. Embodied in this tomato is the story of an entire community of historic import to Chicago who came originally from Sicily and became a part of the factory life of that city, of which the Eastland disaster is one of the most famous and well-remembered events. As of 2014, only about a dozen people were growing the Inciardi tomato and saving its seed. Seeds were given to Ken by Vicky Nowicki in 2017-2018. Plants produce several different shapes of fruit. Seeds should be saved for the plum-looking fruits, not the elongated, pointed fruits. And then there's a whole listing, explanation from Slow Food Arc of Taste, which is basically what Ken said. It's an indeterminate, very prolific, not bothered by heat and droughts. Sometimes called the Ellis Island tomato, Oxheart variety. One problem with increasing the cultivation of this variety is the fact that individual tomatoes contain few seeds. Let me give you the link to get these from Ken at Forgotten Heirlooms. He's the man. He's been talking about this one for years. And thank you, Ken, for donating some seed packs for this for our show today. Appreciate it. If you haven't already put in, gang, put in hashtag tomato and you can be one of the winners. Such a cool story. Yep. Oh, let me read you the post that Ken shared. I know it's kind of small. He wrote, the SS Eastland disaster in Chicago has a direct impact on the Inciardi paste tomato. Henry Inciardi and his wife were on the ship when it capsized at port. Henry was a good swimmer from swimming when he was in Italy as a child. His wife perished in the disaster. Just think, if Henry didn't survive, this tomato may have been lost forever. So it's a cool picture of the ship. What a tragedy. But how cool they sewed the seeds into their clothes. Ah, now that's a tomato head. That is a tomato head. I agree, Heidi. Cheers to Ken for these seeds. Absolutely. Who doesn't love a story like this? I have to grow this. Nicole's growing NCRD paste this year. I have some ready. Haven't tasted them yet. Please let us know. Put it on your YouTube channel. Hey, Jane. Hi from Australia. And Denise is growing it this year. Heidi's like, well, now that you're giving away this, well, hashtag tomato. I know. I can't believe I haven't grown it yet. Evelina, NCRD paste was an absolutely fantastic tomato variety. The plant was overflowing with tomatoes. Well, there you go. And Evelina has grown everything. That is some good words from Evelina. All right, moving on. I should have really ended with this tomato because how can you top that? I have 2 more to talk about. This next one I actually have grown, Gordo de Patones, and I haven't talked about it on the show. I grew it, I think, in 2024. I looked at my list. I haven't talked about it, but it came into my memory because Nuno Baptista put a post in the group, I think yesterday or the day before, about a couple new tomatoes he had gotten that were in danger of being extinct. This is one of them. And I'm like, hey, I think I grew that. And then I looked and I did grow it in 2024. Gordo de Patones, it translates to basically Patones big fat tomato, according to information that I had. This is the one where we were sharing earlier, like, you're going to ask me how it was. I think it was just in a bad spot. We didn't get great production. The flavor was not great, but I wouldn't put that on the tomato. I would put it on user error. I would want to grow it again. Let's put it that way. I don't think it's really the tomato, but I did want to showcase it. And it is in danger of extinction. Nuno is absolutely correct. I did write, it's pretty pink fruits with gold shoulders. They average around 12 ounces. Juicy and tangy. Shelf life was short, only a few days. And that's part of the reason why extinction has been an issue, because it's got very thin skin. It's got very short shelf life. And commercial growers don't want to grow things like that. Let me read you what Slow Food Arc of Taste says. It's Gordo de Patones is grown in the municipalities of Cervera de Buitrego, in all these towns close to Madrid. It has a medium-long growth cycle with around 110 days between sowing and the fruit ripening. In the Sierra de Madrid, the tomatoes can be harvested up until the end of October if there are no frosts. The plant grows tall, and the fruit, as the name suggests, is large and weighs on average more than 200 grams. Tomatoes are slightly flattened and heart-shaped, red in color with abundant orangish flesh with few seeds. The flavor is sweet and acidic. Flesh is fairly firm and the skin is thin. The tomatoes can rot easily, so they must be tied up to prevent them from getting wet. The tomatoes, let's see. The variety is at risk of extinction because its delicate skin means it cannot be kept for long and spoils easily. It is still grown in all of its traditional municipalities and is greatly appreciated for its flavor, firm flesh, large size, and high yields. However, the late harvest time and thin skin make it commercially unsuitable. And then Cultive Teru says the seed bank of the Madrid Institute of Agricultural and Food Research and Rural Development has managed to make it so that the Gordo de Patones tomato that was condemned to disappear sees the light today and returns to cultivation as well as to kitchens. They say very fleshy, sweet flesh, very good flavor of yesteryear. Anybody else grown this one? Have seeds but haven't grown it yet? And I think Heidi's cat is talking to us, maybe. Or we're in your back pocket and you're gardening. Yeah, I would totally want to grow Gordo de Patones again. I think the risk of extinction is what made me want to grow it in the first place. I would probably want to put it in one of my raised beds. It was in a spot in our in-ground bed that's not the greatest spot, so I would totally want to grow it again. All right, last one for the day. You guys ready? Gohua lightning. Can't find much about it at all. Reach out to the vendor I got them from. She doesn't know much either. No origin. That was exactly it. Meow. I know. My cats keep, especially Rue, he keeps like on my, I have a magic keyboard for my iPad. He keeps typing things. And he was on my phone the other day. They're crazy. It's either a butt dial or it's your cat. Okay, Gohua lightning. It sure looks pretty. Almost looks like different shape Brad's atomic grape, doesn't it? It's got similar coloring to that. It's an indeterminate. It's mid-early, tall, plum shapes. Fruits are 100 to 150 grams. Extraordinary interplay of colors with stripes of violet, gold, green, brown, and yellow. Olive green when cut, often with a pinkish tinge in the center, seeds and green gel. Sweet, aromatic, full-bodied. Anybody grown this? TOMATOAWESOMESAUCE says, excellent sweet flavor. And then a site called Top Tomato says this variety's become a favorite for its flavor. They vary in shape, which you can kind of see from the pictures there. Flesh is dense. Tomatoes don't turn into mush. They hang on the bush for a long time. Best to plant in a sunny spot to enhance the anthocyanin production. No, thank you, I will not. I'm trying to decrease the anthocyanin. Anybody grown Gohua lightning? Yeah, I agree. It does remind me of Brad's atomic grape. Totally. Totally. Love that one, says Jerry. Oh, Jinx, yeah. Did we say it at the same time? Julia says we can't have that. Save the tomato. Gordo de Patones for sure next season. Well, you guys can put in Seed Seeking Saturday. There may be somebody who has some seeds. That looks delicious, says Mandy. Terry says, my granddaughter at 5 loved Brad's atomic grape this year. This year, but only red tomatoes. So sad. Oh, how funny. It does look weird. But, you figure she's starting with Brad's atomic grape. Like, she can only get more experimental from there, but I guess not. I loved Brad's atomic grape. I know it's one of those that people either love or they hate. I only grew it 1 year, but Rob and I really loved it. We really loved it. All right, that's it for today, gang. Should we give away some prizes? Let's do it. What does this mean? Pop out comments. You're right. I did miss the opportunity to sing Grease Lightning right there. Go, lightning, you're going up a quarter a mile. Go, lightning, go, lightning. How's that? Go, grease lightning, you're turning up a grease lightning, go, grease lightning. You are supreme. The chick-toll for grease lightning. Thank you. Yeah, I hadn't sung it all today. Can't have an episode go by where I'm not singing. All right, last chance to get in hashtag. Yay. Agreed. Go grease lightning. John Travolta just got some weird plastic surgery done. He doesn't even look like himself anymore. It's so sad. I was obsessed with Olivia Newton-John. I miss her so much. I loved Olivia Newton-John. What a voice. Oh, and I loved Grease. Who doesn't love Grease, right? Nice lyric editing. I got to that part. I'm like, oh, yeah, maybe I won't do that. And now I was singing it as like an 8-year-old having no idea what the lyrics meant. Hi, Janet. Yeah, you can rewatch it, but you're in time to put in hashtag tomato. Inspired Garden Life's giving away some t-shirts, gift cards. Ken Fry from Forgotten Heirlooms is giving away seeds for NCRD paste. And we have Olivia Lai giving away seeds, and Misty Carter and Will Hodges. I forgot about Will. So lots of prizes. Let's go to our giveaway tool. There we go. Okay. So for Inspired Garden Life, I know they're not here today, but if you win, is this a ticker? If you win a T-shirt or a gift card, you need to please contact them directly, and the email is at the bottom. So we're going to give away 5 shirts first. Let's do this thing. Number 1. Claudia, congratulations, Claudia. Number 2. You like the singing, Akelia? Congratulations, Andrea. That's shirt number 2. Shirt number 3. I'm sure Tim and Darylyn will watch this at some point. I just want to thank you guys for being so generous every month. Every month. 5 shirts, 3 gift cards. Unbelievable. Melissa, congratulations, Melissa. This is number 3. Number 4. I can't believe we actually have t-shirts with Tomato Lovers Collective on them. I mean, it's really cool. Jamie, congratulations, Jamie. Now in your Jamie and Jen Fox are doing a meetup tomato tasting in California in August, I think, right? And in the promo post, you see Jen Fox, Malachite Jen, in her Inspired Garden Life shirt. Jamie Hill needs one. I don't know if you have them already, but at least in that shot, I didn't see it. So now you can. And number 5 shirt goes to, thank you guys for doing that, by the way, you and Malachite Jen, for doing a TLC meetup on the opposite coast. I couldn't be more thrilled about it. Serva, congratulations, Serva. That's 5 shirts. And now we'll give away 3 $25 gift cards to Inspired Garden Life. Basically a free shirt. You may have to pay a little bit more. I think their shirts are around $29.99, something like that. And you get the TLC 20 code for 20% off. Ahem, 5603, congratulations. Shirt 2. I mean, not shirt 2, gift card 2. Deb, congratulations, Deb. And gift card 3. Congratulations, everybody. And thank you, Tim and Darylyn at Inspired Garden Life. All right, our next prize comes from Olivia Lai. I forget the varieties she's going to give. She did tell me, and I forgot to pull up the message. But if you are the winner of Olivia's prize, please contact her directly. You can private message her. If you're not on Facebook and don't do private message, you can email me. And I will put up my email address in a couple of minutes. Okay, Olivia. Thank you, Olivia. You donate every week when you're home, and really, really appreciate it very much. This goes to Maggie Clinton. Congratulations, Meg. Reach out to Olivia. Next is Misty Carter. She's giving away 2 prizes, and Misty is a very frequent donor also. You guys can private message her. Thank you, Misty, very much. Prize number 1 is Mini Micro Dwarf Junker, Dwarf Ochre Heart, Ludmilla's Dream, Sophia's Ginger Comet, and Dwarf Arrow of Ton. Some of those I haven't even heard of. This goes to Steve Peterson. Congratulations, Steve. Please contact Misty. And second prize is Tennessee Surprise, Malachite Elf, otherwise known as VD21, Santa Maria, Sicilian Godfather, and Vesuvio. And this goes to Congratulations, Christy. While we're pulling prizes, I want to hear from you in the comments. What was your favorite tomato that I talked about today? For me, it was NCRD paste for sure. But I talked about some great ones. The Hampson one was really cool too. Yeah, I've talked about a lot of cool ones. You can do like cool story and then cool looking. You can do two separate ones. All right, now we've got NCRD paste from Ken Fry from Forgotten Heirlooms. You can contact him directly. Did I not put him down here? Hang on. For those of you that may not know, Ken is a moderator in our pepper group, Pepper Lovers Collective and Swap. He also has his own show, very similar to this, but for peppers. And he does it on Tuesdays. Ignore the March 10th there. He does it just about every Tuesday, same time, similar format to what I do with tomatoes. He's a good friend, really, really good guy. And also has his own business, Forgotten Heirlooms, which is where NCRD Paste comes from. So check out Ken's show on Tuesdays. And thank you again, Ken, for doing for being the steward of the NCRD Paste tomato and for giving us 6 prize packages today. So you guys can private message him directly if you're one of these winners, Ken Fry. Number 1, NCRD Paste goes to Bert McKees. Congratulations, Bert. Number 2, getting a piece of history there. These people sewed the seeds into their clothes. I mean, can you even think of anything cooler than that? Linda, congratulations, Linda. That was number 2. Number 3. Irene, congratulations, Irene. Number 4. Sherman, congratulations, Sherman. Burka's Blue, we're getting NCRD Paste and Go Lightning. Go Lightning, you're going up a quarter mile. Go Lightning, go. Dennis's Heart, NCRD Paste, yep. The paste tomato, yep. Burka's Blue, that was a good one too, yeah. Okay, now I've lost track. I think that was 4. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. Number 5. Come on, Irene. Oh, I swear, at this moment, you mean everything. Julia, congratulations, Julia. I don't know a song with Julia. That was 5, right? I think so. And number 6 for NCRD Paste. Come on, Irene. Na na na. Na na na. Sridevi, congratulations, Sridevi. And thank you again, Ken, for giving all these seeds away and for preserving this variety. Terry's enjoying your singing today. I'm so glad. I'm glad somebody reminded me I haven't broken out into song yet. Okay, this last prize, you're going to come to me. Either private message is better, but you can email me also. Let me get my email address up here. These are from Will Hodges, but he gave me the seed, so I'll be sending them to you. But they are donated from Will. And Will, thank you very, very much. You gave so many seeds that I'll be giving away for a very long time. So this is Cherokee Lemon, Niagas Black, Bulgarian Heart Pink, and a Zoichka Yellow. This will go to 3 people. Number 1. I'm very behind in getting seed prizes out, gang. Hopefully I told most of you when you won that during growing season it's a little slow go, but we're expecting rain on Sunday. Son, congratulations, son. We're expecting rain on Sunday, so hopefully I can get a bunch out then. I always get them out. Sometimes it just takes a while. Number 2. I'm surprised we haven't double drawn yet. So many prizes today. You already won, Irene. Let's log in. Come on, Irene. Sorry, Irene. You already won. We need to spin again. Da-da-da-da-da. Angela Puglia. Congratulations, Angela. And number 3. And if any of you winners aren't on Facebook and you I don't think you've won. Congratulations, everybody. We have I think I don't know where it went. There we go. There we go. My own little confetti. Congratulations, everybody. And again, thank you for everybody who donates every week. It's incredibly generous, as is our group. Make sure, couple things, make sure you tune in tomorrow. We have our Tomato Talk Live, Jen and I. It's at a special time, 4 o'clock, which is the time you're watching this show, 4 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, because Kina's going to be our guest, and the 3 of us are going to be talking about our 2026 gardens and all kinds of stuff. We run Tomato Lovers Collective and swap together and have a great time. We haven't been live in a while, so hope you can tune in for that. If you're not already a member of our community, please join us, Tomato Lovers Collective and Swap. We're waiting for you. Whether you've never grown a tomato in your life and are just thinking about it, or if you've grown for a couple decades, you have a home here with us. And thanks for watching, gang. Hope to see you tomorrow night. Happy growing to all of you on this side of the world. For those of you that are already done, hopefully you're compiling your grow lists. And I will see you next time. Peace, love, get your gratitude on, and go grow tomatoes. Love you all. It's a bummer the music stops. Can I start it again? Hi, everybody.